doing today is I want to teach you how to make your life happy, because the purpose of life is to be happy. Don't believe me, believe the Dalai Lama. He says the whole purpose of life is to be happy. And how can you be happy if you don't even know how to be optimistic, if you don't even know how to change yourself? So I'm going to be teaching you that today. And here's what I was wondering. This is a credibility garment. Now you all know I have a suit, and I can get rid of this. Okay, so when you think about where happiness comes from, usually we think that it comes from outside of us, like getting an award, or people telling us we're great, or people telling us we did a good job. Some people are so hungry for those things. You did a good job, thank you, that we don't know how to get it for ourselves. So we're always waiting for other people to fill us up with happiness, for other people to fill us up with feeling good. And so we end up waiting our whole lives, because it's not other people's jobs to make us happy. This is an acronym I came up with for fear. Fantasizing every awful result. Isn't that what we do when we fear something? We make up in our mind, oh, I wonder if this is going to happen. Oh, I wonder if this is going to happen. We are fantasizing every awful thing that can happen. We're not thinking about all the good things that can happen. We also think that all these things are what stress us out, which is why we can't fix those things. Because we think it's the traffic and the deadlines and the financial worries and the job security. Job security. Let's talk about that in Hollywood, okay? You're all worried about job security when you're always in and out of jobs. And you've probably always been in and out of jobs for maybe 10, 20, 30 years now, and yet you still worry about job security. Kind of silly when you always get another job. So we think these things are stressful, but if they were, if these things were stressful, then you'd always be stressed. Good, thank you very much.
She says you're very cool. She's hearing very good remarks.
Thank you. I'm going to take some of your questions, and they're great questions. Is it true that the number of wrinkles on your brain determines how smart you are? I have no knowledge of this, but I do know something about the brain that's really interesting for you all to know. And that's that even though we found out that cells are dying all the time, and that's not very good news because your brain cells are dying all the time, your brain is also regenerating. And what happens is, if you put yourself in a position to learn, like today, and to think new thoughts, your brain is actually going to create little things called dendrites, little kind of, if you think about a tree, it's like the branches on a tree. Little dendrites start coming out when you learn new things, and you are literally creating your own brain cell growth. It's actually heavier with use. And women, don't worry about this. It's not that much to worry about. But it actually gets heavier with use, which means you're causing your own brains to grow. Okay.
Why is it that people gravitate towards
the negative?
Yeah.
You know, great. He says, why is it that people gravitate toward the negative? A really wonderful thing that I heard a long time ago was, in the absence of a powerful intention or goal, the subconscious mind will always drift to fears. Drift. Like a boat that's on the water but no oars, it'll still drift. Your mind will drift to fears unless you implant something more powerful. The only thing that I know of that's more powerful than a fear is a powerful intention. So fear comes up, you substitute with a powerful intention. Fear comes up just naturally, you substitute it with a powerful intention. How will you know when you need an intention? When a fear comes up. You go in the opposite direction of your fear and you implant intentions. And for some of you, you're going to have to do this process one fear at a time. Okay? If someone is feeling very depressed or down, is it possible for them to just jump to a higher thought, like, how can I have a great day? Or should they make small jumps and work themselves up? Love this question. It's a great question. You can go anywhere you want with this. You can jump high. You can take a little step at a time. I prefer to jump high because I was once told, reach for the moon, it's okay to land on a star. And I love that. I always shoot high, and I'm not disappointed because I still get somewhere. So as long as you don't beat yourself up for not getting exactly where you want to go, you can shoot as high as you want. But if you're one of those people that gets disappointed in yourself, then I would start with the small steps. When something is not fair, gee, does that happen? And you know it's not fair, but it will make you unpopular to try and correct it. Is it better not to do anything or to speak out about that? Ugh. I wonder sometimes why I'm the only one that does speak out. I am the one that's in the bank that says, could we get another teller out here? I'm the one in the grocery store that asks for another checker. But what I've learned is, see, I used to do it nasty. And what I didn't realize was that by doing that, I was inviting people to not take care of me. Because all you have to do is get nasty with somebody and they will do whatever they can to resist you. So what I learned was that if I could do this with powerful communication skills and not make anybody wrong in the process, poof, it would be okay. And that's exactly what it is. Here's the hard part. Yeah, the hard part is learning to not make anybody wrong. The number one communication problem that we have is make wrongs. I'm going to tell you what make wrongs are. Anything that you say that makes another person feel wrong. That's the number one communication mistake we make. Here's why. The minute you make somebody wrong, where do they have to go? Defensiveness. They've got to now fight you to prove that they're okay. So you've just set yourself up for an argument. A make wrong also tells somebody that you don't like them the way they are. So they have to defend themselves there too. A make wrong will never win you friends. The problem is we don't know how to speak without a make wrong. 27 years ago, let me contain myself for just a second. 27 years ago, I sat in a seminar and I noticed that I wanted to do this work. And today was the day that I really got my dream, because this is the kind of work I want to do with this kind of an audience and these kind of people surrounding me. So I thank you for letting me get to my goal. Today is my goal come true.
She's a beautiful girl, she's a beautiful girl. Everything around her is a silver pool of light. People who surround her feel the benefit.